Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be discussing one of the most important things you need to have as a freelance social media manager, even as a freelancer or a creator. And what are we discussing? I'm sure you've seen the topic. We're talking about what to include in your social media management contract. If you're new here, my name is Balaji. I have been a social media manager for 8 years. I am currently transitioning into being a social media manager mentor. I have built a community of over 6,000 members so far. If you want to join, it's a free community. Link is in the description below. Also, I have been able to successfully build my social media pages, fill the resources for the new social media managers. You can also check out some of my recent videos in the description below, or check my channel for videos if you are on the social media management journey. Now I'm going to start with what a contract is. So a contract is a legal agreement between you and your client. I'm reading like a Google definition. That outlines the scope of your services, your expectations, and payment terms. In this video, we're going to go through the key elements that you should include in your contract as a social media manager. And while you're watching this, you can check the link in the description below. I have a free contract template that it's editable, and you can just download and make your own copy with Google Docs. This first section of your contract should define the parties involved. Like, your contract should clearly identify the parties that are involved, which is you and your client. So it should include your client's names, your client's name, or your client's business name, their address, their contact information, as well as your own. So you want to see an example is somewhere on your screen. So you want to see it clearly addressing your client's name, your client's information. It doesn't have to contain everything, but it has to contain something that shows it's a contract between you and the client. The next one is your scope of work. Now, you want to outline the things you will be doing for the client, or the things you've discussed during your discovery call. And if you don't know how to nail a discovery call, you can check the link in the description also. I created a Rockstar toolkit, and part of the toolkit is a discovery call script. So it helps you nail your discovery call from the beginning to the very end. It's pretty affordable, so you can grab your own copy by clicking the link in the description. Your scope of work can include things like creating social media content, managing social media accounts, and even monitoring analytics. You want to make sure that you list it out one by one so that you don't work beyond your scope of work, because your client is not paying you for that. Anything that you're doing beyond your scope of work is something that you're doing from the goodness of your heart, because your client is clearly not going to pay you for that service, or you clearly did not charge your client for that service. The third one is deliverables. Now, it is always very important to include a section on deliverables in your contract. Like, it can include things like the number of social media posts, the frequency of analytics reports, any other specific tasks that you're responsible for. Now, there are some social media managers in their contract, because they did copy and paste of their contract, there is running ads there in their contract. And if you don't state it clearly that your client is going to have to foot the bill for additional ads or additional expenses when it comes to ads, you're going to be removing that money from your salary. Then how much are you even making in the end? So you want to make sure that you state your deliverables clearly. How many, you can say how many posts you want to make per month. You can have a rough overview. You don't have to say, you can say 5 posts per week or 25 posts in a month. You can say you can say the specific number of reels. You can say you'll be doing hashtag research. You can say you will do 20 minutes community daily engagement. It depends on you. It depends on what you've discussed or what you've agreed on during the discovery call with your client. The next thing your contract should contain is your payment terms, because of course you are signing a contract, you're going through all this stress because you want to get paid. So you need to include your payment terms. And what should you put in your payment terms? Your payment terms should state clearly how much you would be paid. How much exactly you're going to be paid should be stated clearly here. You also need to state how often you will be paid and the payment methods that you accept. If it's PayPal, if it's Leatherback, if it's Seller, whatever platforms you're going to use, you want to state it clearly. Also, you want to include things like hourly rates, a flat rate fee, and also late fees. It's always very important to include late fees payment and also termination clauses if payments are not made on time. Which now leads me to termination and cancellation. Now, it is very important that you include a section for how a client can terminate the contract or how you yourself can terminate the contract. This outlines the circumstances under which the contract can be terminated and any other fees and refunds that may apply. So I've heard of stories of social media managers that a client terminated the contract and they had to refund because there was no termination or cancellation section in their contract. You want to make sure you put it there so you don't have to refund the entire thing after even working for an entire month. So you want to make sure it is very clear from the very beginning, from the get-go. Make sure your client reads this contract. They read it line by line. If you want to make changes, make sure you make changes and send them the changed copy. It's very, very important. Next one is confidentiality and non-disclosure. Now, your contract should include a confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement to protect your client so that your client knows that, okay, you're not trading secrets. And this tells your client that you won't expose sensitive information that they share with you. It protects your client. It makes your client know that, okay, yes, Balaji is going to protect my business as if it is our own. So it protects your client and it builds the client's trust in you. The next one is intellectual property rights. Now, it is important that you outline the intellectual property rights in your contract. This section should outline who owns the rights to the content that you create. So it is very important you clarify who owns the rights, the copyrights, the trademarks, any other intellectual property associated with the social media content that you are going to be using for the client. It's very, very important you and your client have that conversation. Who owns the rights to this type of content? Is it the videos you create? Can you use them in your portfolio? Because there are a lot of videos that you create for clients that they tell you cannot use them in your portfolio. They do because they own rights to the content, even if it's you that is appearing in the video. So you want to make sure that you set things straight and clear from the get-go. Please note that when you send your client a contract, it's not just for them to read it. They have to read it, make corrections, see if the terms fit whatever thing you've written there, sign it and send you back the signed copy. Because if it is not signed, please don't start work. Because that's what will help you get your money back if your client is owing you or if you want to take them to court. In conclusion, having a social media management contract protects both you and the client. And by including these key sections we've discussed, you'll be able to ensure that your contract is comprehensive and covers all the important details. Also, I'm going to keep on adding, please make sure that a lawyer co-signs your contract. You can create one contract, get the services of a lawyer, engage them, pay them, let them co-sign one of your contract, and you can keep replicating that copy for as long as you want. Get them to co-sign it, because if a lawyer doesn't co-sign your contract, how would you get somebody to defend you in court? So get somebody that is a witness that co-signs your contract for you. I have someone. You can leverage on your friends that are still in law school or about to graduate from law school or have graduated from law school, and also make sure to pay them for their services, because if they engage you as a social media manager, you would also require them to pay you for your own services. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and tell me in the comment section, what did you learn today? Don't forget to check the description below for a sample contract that you can use or you can start using today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.